Hey guys, it's Nathan from the Rambling Rome YouTube channel. In this video, I want to show you around my newly created studio space. I've been a YouTube creator for years, primarily of the Kentucky Cycling YouTube channel, and anytime I've done a talking head video, I've usually been right out here on our loft, sort of our shared office area, and I've done editing just kind of around the house, and I've never had a dedicated studio space. But with 6 months to go until my coming retirement from my regular full-time job, I've actually turned my son's old bedroom, with a lot of help from my wife, into a dedicated studio space. So I want to take this time. I'll say that I've watched a lot of YouTube videos as part of this process and doing my own research. So I wanted to share what I came up with in hopes that it might benefit some of you. So without any further ado, I'm going to hop behind the camera now, and we're going to walk into the door, which you actually would see in a lot of the old videos behind me here, which is again my son's old bedroom, or what I'm now calling the studio. So we'll walk into the door here, and where we're going to end up is right over here in the corner, and that's going to be really the meat of the new space here. So that's going to be where a lot of the new equipment is coming in, but just kind of start over here and give you a full tour of the room. So we just walked into this door. This space has changed a lot. I'll put up a picture, but this was my son's bedroom. So there was a IKEA bunk bed here, and this was very much a kid's room for many years. He is graduated from college and now out of the house, and so for a couple of years we've talked about turning this to my studio space, and I've spent basically the last couple of months over the winter doing exactly that. It's been a long process. I'm gonna walk you through here. Picked up this little cute thing on Facebook Marketplace, just a little nice little end table with some nice sort of Kentucky, some of the books that I picked up that are more Kentucky or outdoor focused. Got a this wall, we are big fans of the national parks, and I anticipate that national parks will be content that will be included in this channel in terms of future visits to the national parks. When we visited Zion, we actually picked up this poster on the left, and then I've picked up a number of these other national parks posters. These actually come from Lantern Press, and they're 12 by 8 posters, and I'll include links to those, and as well as anything here. But the concept for this particular wall was, here are posters of 4 national parks that are really special to us, that are sort of some favorites of ours. Starting on the left, there's Zion, Grand Canyon, Rocky Mountain National Park, and Olympic National Park. And then the decoration idea was to actually not only show a poster of the national park, but also a picture of our visit there. So there's my wife, Shannon, when we were hiking the Narrows. Here's the Grand Canyon. I was fortunate enough to visit there in college, and one of the things I really wanted my wife and kids to experience was just stand at the edge of the Grand Canyon and realize how small you are. So there's the 4 of us at the Grand Canyon. We visited Rocky Mountain National Park several years ago. So here's me up close to the Continental Divide there, but beautiful country. Olympic National Park's really special place. Here's a picture of my wife and I on Ruby Beach. Picked up this lamp in the corner. There's I'm a big Muppets fan, so there's my Kermit the Frog, and my reminder, I think my daughter picked this up for me. It says "See the World." My wife picked up this decoration, so this is a big homage to the cycling content that I've been creating over the years. Really cool little wall hanging that she picked up. And then this is I participated in the Bike to Beat Cancer as a fundraiser for several years, so that's my 5-year service marker. Here's some just special things to me. My daughter drew this picture of us, which is actually representative of an actual picture that was taken. So I'll put that up on the screen so you can get a look at the picture that it came from. But I think she did a really nice job and sort of captures, that period of time for us. This is a buddy of mine, Craig, actually bought this for me. This is there was a Kermit the Frog comic strip, and he, I guess, went to a Comic-Con, convention, and met the artist and had him sign that for me. So nice enough to do that. So I had it framed. And then a couple of my favorite print artists. So I love these. These are actually from a buddy of mine's wife, who's one half of Cricket Press, and they're based out of Lexington, Kentucky. So here's this a couple foxes on a bike, and then I love this. This is all the bikes at a tree house. So super cool. Replaced my son's bed a couple years ago with this couch from IKEA. And this actually pulls out to make a queen bed. It has storage, so we can actually store things here. So if we do have guests come, we can still put somebody in this room and have a queen bed. I've got some bookcase storage over here that I'm still fleshing out. I will say that one thing that was important to me was to be able to light up this wall. So this is the shot, if you will, that I'm going to get in my talking head videos. And one of my objectives of this setup was actually to have a dedicated talking head setup. So I'll talk about more of that. And there wasn't really enough light on this wall, and a coworker could actually give me that little clip-on light. So I actually just put there on the bookshelf to be able to shine more light onto the wall. This is, again, sort of my creative space, but also my man cave in a way. So here's my bike on the trainer. I actually bought this setup several years ago and made a video about that, and I'm still using it. So I'll include a link to that smart trainer setup if you're interested in that. As any of you know who are do indoor training, fans are really important. So I've got a ceiling fan up here, which goes on during those, and then I've got this fan as well. This is just an old TV we had, and then I've had for my camera gear, all this kind of stuff has actually just been all around the house, much to my wife's chagrin. And so this is an old IKEA unit that we'd actually bought for my son for his old bedroom, and now I'm actually going to be repurposing it. Still in the process of sort of moving all my stuff to this room to get it out of other parts of the house. And then of course there's a closet there which offers nice storage, and then a nice little closet over there as well. So last but certainly not least is really the heart of this, and that is this desk. So I bought this desk. This is the Eureka. It is an Aero Pro. It's called a wing-shaped standing desk. Its dimensions are 72 inches by 23 inches. And so this has an adjustable height, which I think is really cool. And then it has all the ergonomics there. So you can see a keyboard tray that pulls out. And then a nice space for elevated for editing. I bought my first 4K monitor. This is a Dell S3221QS. It's a 32-inch curved 4K ultra high definition monitor. It's not particularly high-end, but I think does the job really nicely. It's got nice coloring, and then in terms of opening this up, I've always just done my editing previously on my MacBook here, and this is a MacBook Pro, and I'll put the specs of that in the YouTube description if you're interested. I used Final Cut Pro, which you actually see on the screen here, and you can see now I have a nice large surface in which to edit. So this is really, really nice as far as a editing space. I did want to have a dedicated talking head setup. So one thing I've really not liked about when I've done like talking head videos is I've tried to create like scripts or things for myself, and it was very obvious, my own self-criticism is it was very obvious that I wasn't really looking at the camera. I was actually looking more towards the script. So I wanted to come up with a dedicated talking head setup. I wanted to at least initially run everything through, I'll do all the sound and all the handling through my computer, and so that actually could double as like a video meeting setup as well. So with all that in mind, I bought this after a lot of research and back and forth, and I'll say I tried to keep my setup as affordable as I can. I spent a fair amount of money here for me, but believe me when I say you can spend a whole lot more than what I spent. This microphone is a Rode Pod Mic USB microphone, but it's also got an XLR input on the back. So this actually will do both USB, which I can put right into my computer, or you can feed it into a mixer as well. So if I ever wanted to upgrade, that mic is upgradable. It is about $200, which is not cheap from my standpoint, but believe me, you can get a whole lot more expensive when it comes to these microphones. But decent quality. Certainly, I'm a big fan of the expression of "don't let perfect be the enemy of good enough," and this is more than good enough for my purposes. In terms of the camera, I actually watched a lot of videos, did a lot of reading, and decided on on the more affordable end of the spectrum. I ended up buying, everybody goes on and on about the 16 millimeter lens, which is, and this one is actually for Canon EF M cameras, and this particular camera they don't make anymore, so I ended up buying it used. And in terms of buying used, there's a couple of different shops that you can actually have kind of a certification process that are out there. I ended up found this one on KEH.com. So I bought the camera body, which is in the back there, and it's set up with a dummy battery. And it's not, it actually, if you were just shooting outside, and that's not really my intent in terms of how I'm going to use this camera, but I record to an SD card. In this case, I'm actually coming into my computer via this guy down here, which is plugged in back there. This is an Elgato Cam Link. So this will allow you to go via a micro HDMI cable out of the camera into the Cam Link and then into your computer. So that's pretty slick. That being paired with the Sigma 16 lens, and then last but not least, I've added a teleprompter. Again, I watch a lot of different reviews, so this is actually pulling from different pieces, but this little teleprompter is actually a pretty cheap one. It's you can see the brand name on the thing there. It's called Prawn Store, and this one is actually listed on Amazon. It's called something slightly different. It's Ambitful, but I'll include a link to that if you're interested. And then I'm just trying out my first teleprompter software. This is kind of a premium one for Mac and iOS, and I've just finished my first talking head video, so I'm really just getting familiar with that. Once I get more familiarity, we'll probably do a review on it at some point in time. But I went ahead and paid for the Pro version of it. What happens is you set your phone up here, and then it mirrors the script actually flows up the here, so you can actually look directly in the camera as you're reading through your script, which is what I did in this video here. And then you can actually start the controls or start over again or things like that. I haven't had this experience yet, but the potential exists in the Pro version to actually pair what's on your Mac with what's on your phone. So one thing, I didn't have that in place for this first video, and I was having to stop and start a lot, and I would have to get up and restart by getting up and tapping on the phone up here. So I'm hoping to avoid that in the future. I've got this light, and this is a very popular talking head kind of setup light for YouTube studios. This is a Mount Dog. This big light here is a Mount Dog softbox lighting kit. It is very adjustable, has a little remote control. You can set different lighting levels here. There's actually different colors. I've just been using kind of the amber color, but that creates just a nice, soft, large light. And you can see, I'll say that I've not soundproofed this room, nor that I really intend to. The microphone ends up working pretty well for my purposes. Made use of an old Amazon Basics tripod back there, so very affordable tripod. And then this is not a room where it's just darkened out. I'll say I am somebody who suffers from seasonal affect disorder, so I really need natural light and movement in my life, and so I really wanted to take advantage of the fact there are windows. I did do pulled down curtains in this room and just kind of put these window treatments in. You know, they're just kind of these paper-based shades, so they still let in the natural light. So basically using this as my front light, and then shooting back into this space. Oh yeah, I got some floor coverings. I had a different rug in this space, but this, in order to come out, you can see this takes up quite a bit of room. So the rug that I had here really wasn't going to work anymore. So I did buy this little floor covering. It is made by Safavier, I guess. It's a braided collection area rug, and then there's a little pad below that. But anyway, I really like the colors of it, and it was very affordable, so that's a win. And then I got this mat, you know, just for being able to roll so it doesn't tear up the hardwood floors, and this particular mat is specific for protecting hardwood floors. Got a couple little other decorations over here. I'll say this particular, this is a fabric, some fabric art, and this kind of served as the inspiration for repainting the colors in this room. And I'll say again, big thank you to my wife, who did a lot of all the cutting in this room. I did sort of the big rolling stuff, and she brought the skill. Really like the way that this navy turned out on this old fireplace here. Focus of the channel here is going to be on broadening the outdoors. So I just produced this, basically like a trailer for the Kentucky Adventuring YouTube channel, and that's going to have a focus not only on the continued cycling focus of the Kentucky Cycling YouTube channel, but also this is going to broaden it out to include hiking and paddling as well. And so I've got a couple of prints here. This summer moon is of the Kentucky River, and the Kentucky River goes through Frankfort, which is where I make my home here in Kentucky, and that is from a minor artist by the name of Paul Sawyer, who lived probably over 100 years ago. And then this is from a more modern artist here in Kentucky, and this is the Elkhorn Creek, which is the other body of water here in the county that I'm fortunate to be able to paddle on a regular basis. That's it, guys. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions about any of the things that I've added, and I'm really looking forward to creating things in this space. Very, very excited to reach this point in my life and set up a dedicated studio space.
As always, we hope you found this content useful. If you did, please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks.